Well, alright guys, so we're doing an aquarium update. So far we have good signs and we have bad signs. I have another bad sign that I have to clean out of the tank. Is it in here? It is not in here. What did I do? It is right here. Don't run away, don't run away, don't run away. Okay, cool. So, as you guys know, in this aquarium, we have snails, we have guppies, we have goldfish, and we have red claw crabs. They also have a way to get out of the water. They climb the plants and they get onto a log that's sitting on top of the plants. Hello! Top of that, we have a Coryadora, the catfish, the armored catfish that eats algae. I have fed him. I've dropped algae in the tank. The catfish, not sure why, but my goldfish are up top pecking. Let's see if they want a little bit of food. Maybe see if I can get them. I really want my goldfish to become more surface feeders than I do bottom feeders. But I do vary their diet with flakes and pellets. Not pellets, but kind of like pellets, but they're micro. They're little bitty things, and they float down. And everything loves them. These guys get fed roughly two times a day. Their lid fell. The Coryadora is over here going crazy. So, those of you who want updates on Clawless and Unlucky, well, we have sad news about Unlucky. I woke up this morning, came downstairs, and I found Unlucky dead. Cool thing is, though, she's growing her legs back. Hello, hi, and sweet. So I just took the log out for the red claws to get out because I wanted to see who's kicking and check progress. So I took the log out to make sure no one was underneath it. But yeah, did find one thing cool about red claws. I don't know if crabs are like this in general. I've never seen crawdads do it, and that's pretty much all I've ever owned. So I don't know much about crabs personally. I've done a lot of research, but I've never heard anybody talk about this. And rather than when they molt, they grow their legs back because they grow inside of the shell. Thank you. What happens is they grow back out of the ports where the legs are missing, along with the claws. I got to look at Unlucky when she was alive yesterday at work. Is that a pregnant guppy? Holy God, that thing is obese. It can't even swim straight. If I'm your idol, I hope not. I am not the best role model. Look at that guppy. Look how it's swimming. It's so fat. I hope she didn't have a parasite. Look at her. See her back here? That one. Look at her. Look at her swim. Look at her. She's so dumpy and huge. Are these guys breeder sized? Can these guys have babies? I hope not. I don't want babies right now. That's why I bought babies. Well, I appreciate that. I really do. But, what is that? Oh, it's a dead snail shell. That's cool. Then I have a dead snail in the tank. But her legs are growing out of the ports where her legs are missing, and they're soft. They're about this long now. I'll show you in a second. So with her passing and me figuring that out, I want to check on everybody else. I checked them this morning. Everybody was fine. I'm checking on everybody now, and we have some good news on Clawless. She's eating. And she's actually eating a dead guppy. Don't know if it's one that died. It looks like it, but I cleaned out most of the dead ones this morning, and I accidentally left them in this. And I've got two dead ones that I can see, and she's eating one of them. So I'm going to try to pop the camera around and show you guys in the back. So even without any claws, she's still eating. You can just kind of see her back there. Let's see, can we come from a side view? There we go. There's the side view of her. That is not a bottle of pee, by the way. Everybody keeps asking about that. That is actually, it's, what do they call it? I haven't used them so long. Catalpa leaves. Do not eat my duckweed. Oh, leave my duckweed alone. That is a big piece of duckweed. Holy crap, that's growing fast. I'm going to put that in the actual plants. I don't want them eating that. But it's actually the, what is it called? It's what happens when leaves and stuff like that leach into water. The tannins. It's the tannins. People keep asking about it. But yeah, no. Here we go. There's a good view of her, I think. Yeah, there she goes. You can see it in her mouth there. I can't get her very well. through this side of the tank. Sorry guys, this phone is just garbage with recording. But yeah, see it hanging out of her mouth? Absolutely no big claws. But she's still eating. She was the main one that I was worried about when it came to eating. Crabs use those claws to eat and they pick up food. And I didn't know how she would eat. And I was sitting back trying to figure out how I was going to feed her properly without having to hand feed her on a daily basis. And I guess she's doing it herself. Hello. There's a new baby. Holy crap, that is a tiny little fella. You are not the one I've seen swimming around. Are you new? Did you just be born? It's tiny. It's hiding in the weeds too. Where'd you go, little fella? Wait. Do guppies have black spots when they're pregnant? Seems like all of my fat guppies have a black spot right behind their belly. Right above their anal fin. Right behind their anal fin. Well, that is odd. Because I feel like I remember hearing something about guppies when they're pregnant. But I mean, all mine are only like that big. They're little. I wouldn't imagine that they'd be able to give birth right now. But they're swimming like they... I mean, I have plenty of hiding spots for babies if that's what happens. I mean, I got this tiny little dude who's running around. And I've got a couple little micro ones. Well, I've only seen the one actual micro, but the other ones I've seen were bigger. Wow, everything is actually flourishing in here. I'm noticing a couple of the plants, they're kind of... No, oh, look, this is another one. There's no way. These are fresh born. Look at this little guy. Look at him back here. Do you see him? There's no way. He's got to be a fresh born. Look how little he is. There's no way in hell that... What the hell? Oh, my fiddler crap. My red claw took off somewhere. She's not in the corner anymore. She's probably up here hiding in the weeds. What? Hey, what's up, Mags? So I have noticed with the bioactive enclosure, without any filter, things like that, I am going to add more water to it. Probably tomorrow. I'm going to set some out tonight. That sounds about right, man. I got 2 days off work, so I'm just dicking around. And I have baby guppies now. Check that little dude out. One of my female guppies managed to pop, I guess. Hey, Jess. So, quick recap. What the video's been about so far is checking up on all the aquatic life. I have found 2 dead guppies. No big deal. I have a lot of waddling females that have a black dot right at the back where their cloacal vent would be, or their anal vent. Just look at how they're swimming. Just look. I mean, they're swimming like they're swimming dumpy as hell. But we have some good news and we have some bad news. The good news is, I'll start with that. The good news is Clawless is actually eating on her own. I don't have to do anything about it. She's managing to eat somehow. I'm not sure how she's doing it, but she's doing it. I just caught her eating a dead guppy. Okay, there's another micro little one. Another little guy, because the one I just saw disappeared into the bush. Look how little. That's a fresh freaking baby. That is fresh. Because that little bitty one disappeared over to here. Good God, I have baby guppies already. I was not expecting that to happen so quickly. But, I mean, they did come from a container and a pond where they could have been flourished, where they could have been, impregnated by males. They do give live birth. But Clawless is eating on her own. She's eating a dead guppy. So I think what I'm going to do from now on is when the guppies die, I'm just going to let the crabs have them. I've been pulling them out. I've got like five or six, maybe seven of them in here that died. I just sucked them out a couple hours ago. Little wafty. No, bad goldfish. Bad. I might have to take the goldfish out of here. I mean, I really do. This might just have to become a guppy solo tank. I really don't want that, but I mean, the goldfish are going after the little one. He's running away, but yes, she is eating. But the bad news is Unlucky didn't make it. But I did learn a cool fact in this experience with her. When they molt, not when they molt, but when they lose limbs, they don't do what a tarantula does. They don't molt and the legs are inside and they've grown inside of the body with them and they come out when they molt. You know, they don't regenerate like that. What they do is where the legs are missing at, they just start to grow new ones straight from the missing leg spots. And she has all of her legs coming back and even a section where her claws coming back. So I learned something new in this whole event with her and her passing. And at first I thought, okay, well, you know, maybe those were there, but I got to watching the videos when I first got her, and I remember when I first picked her up, there was nothing there but holes. It was all fresh drops. Here's another little baby. Just hiding in the weeds and shit. But I'm going to show you guys her in a minute. And on top of that, we have plant life flourishing in the aquarium. All my floating plants are getting nice, green, staying healthy. I wish this camera would learn to focus. Growing nicely, and if you look in the back, we have a lot of nice new white sprouts coming off of the actual trunks of the plants. Even the one over here that's grown out of the water and pretty much died, which I have to add water. I'm going to take the damn lime scale out, though, before I do anything. So I'm going to use some vinegar and just gently damp it on a towel, and then just try to do my best to kind of clean it off like Q-tips or something. There's that little dude back here. But as you can see, white sprouts are coming off of it. Sure, you can ask us a question, I guess. But all the way back here, you can see they're flourishing. I mean, just look at all the new white sprouts coming off of this. Now, this is a vining plant. Nothing's related to fish. Okay. But the cool thing is that the bioactive tank is actually pretty cool. Even after the countless hours of freaking trying to clean all the crap out of this sand and these stone and this gravel, because everybody likes to call it stone or gravel, so I'm just going to call it sandstone and gravel. There's a lot of beneficial, beneficial nutrients still inside of it. So I got to thinking, if I was to go back to the pond, since it's still there, collect more substrate, about 4 or 5 bucketfuls, give it just about a good 6 or 8 kind of dump outs, would I get an accelerated growth, a quicker growing speed on my plants with that actual substrate? We have 2 contenders coming out to say hello. We have a battle actually happening here. How big is your chameleon and how big is your morning gecko? I think he told me it was, I can't remember. I'm going to have to get a different setup, though. I don't want these guys battling, and they're going to have to come out. I think then, okay, I would say no then. How big is your chameleon in the inch category, if you could tell me? Oh, it has a new sprout. Check this out, guys. This dying dead plant over here has a new green spout. New green sprout. Stupid, not sprout. I wouldn't recommend it. Like, if your leopard gecko is of a decent size, your chameleon is of a decent size, more than likely, They will pretty much eat anything that they feel is, small enough they can eat. I'm not sure how big your hand is. If I take I don't know, the average woman size hand, which is probably like 5 inches, I would say no. I would definitely say no. I personally, two of the same speed. Yeah, see 5 inches. Um, Personally, I would say don't do it, just to avoid any potential scenario. On top of that, I don't know. I've never really been one that cohabitated different species. Like if I put my boas together, my boas are boas. I don't put like corn snake with my boas or king snakes with my boas. I have put king snakes with corn snakes, but the king snake was smaller than the corn snakes were, and the corn snakes will not eat eat another snake. But the fact that chameleons are weird because chameleons will eat pretty much whatever they deem suitable. So if they choose, yeah, this is food, your little morning gecko is toast. Oh, you sent me a video of your morning geckos. That's right. Yeah, I would personally say don't do it. Like maybe if you had like a juvenile chameleon that was around the same size as your morning geckos, I would be I'd be so about it. I'd be like, well, that's more of a risk you could take if you wanted to, but this is a risk that I would say it's just not worth it. Because if your morning gecko is tiny and your chameleon's 5 inches, I mean that's a snack. That's edible. Hmm. My purple bloom is out and she has not been fed for a week. She is not happy. The queen is not happy. Oh god. But all my bigger freaking guppies. Vampires are supposed to come in tomorrow. I called in today to talk to my buddy about it to see when they were coming in, and also I'm looking at getting some puffer fish, a freshwater puffer. They have a bunch of them. They're freshwater beginning half of their life, second part they're brackish, close to the end of their life actually, like when they're fully grown, matured. But he says he's not sure if they are coming in or not. They ordered them a week ago, but that's it's up to the manager's discretion if he chooses to want them to come in or not. But I probably will only be getting the Thai micro crabs. I couldn't remember the names, and the potential maybe a couple more ghost shrimp. I want to set this little tank up back here. This one right here, I'm gonna take and eventually probably turn it into an aquarium. Uh, because the thing is, like, I don't drive. My mom doesn't drive. She can drive. She's just not supposed to drive. It's what her doctor said, so she doesn't drive. And my dad drives, but I don't bug my dad to take me to places because I just, don't need to bug him. So the only person that I can bug is my buddy Eddie. And he's been the one running me to pick up the feeders and things like that. The feeders are for our reptiles. They're not mine. They're ours. He has just as much of a hand in this as I do. It's our kind of business. But the female red claw is actually fanning her babies right now, and I love that. I love watching her fan the eggs. But in my opinion, having 3 of them in here is too much. But I do have to figure something else out because I was really hoping to have multiple females with 1 male. So I will have to talk to my buddy next paycheck or so to see if I can't order. To see if I can't order. At least 2 more females. I hate odd numbers. I love even numbers. It's just OCD from hell with me. So like, if I have 3, I have to buy another one. If I have 1, I have to have 2. If I do something once, I usually have to do it twice. It's a serious repetitive OCD type deal, and I can't stand it. But The Red Claws are definitely getting an update next week. I don't have the finances for it this week. I'm spending $20 on the Time Micro Crabs, and with the rest of the money, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna trick this little tank out back here, this little bitty one, and that will officially become the Micro Crab tank. But I thought about putting them in here, but I just realized I have way too much going on inside of this tank. You know, I got the goldfish, I got the snails, I've got I got the guppies, and the guppies are clearly fucking breeding with those babies running around. They're not the same baby. They got different kind of coloration to them and different markings. I've seen like 3 or 4 different ones. They're just hiding inside of the algae right now, which is the best place for them because the parents will eat them. Which at this size, he's pretty well damn safe from everything except the goldfish. I mean, the smaller ones might beat him up, but that's really about it. But check out the new baby. One of many inside of here.
Oh, are these those fancy guppies?
Yeah. Actually, these are feeder guppies, but if you look, I do have fancies in here. You can see the coloration, the eyes. Bought them from Uncle Bill's.
Oh, I thought they all died.
I bought a new set last week. Or Friday, when I went.
When's she gonna bring you those fancies?
Oh, I have no idea yet. But
Are the fancies the ones with the pretty tails?
Yeah. I have a couple males in here already like that.
It'd be interesting if you got some tadpoles in there.
No. Tadpoles really don't do much.
That looks like a Pogue's Run setup.
It is. It's an absolutely natural setup. Everything's growing. I got new white sprouts growing off. This one right here is actually branching off with its own little feet now. This one over here has got some new pods growing on it. This one right here has a couple new buds. All this was dead and it's now alive again.
Did you use that one moss that we got off?
No, I have not yet. That is still sitting back there balled up.
So this is what you got out of Pogue's Run?
Yeah. And then there's the male red claw running around back there. Right back there hiding. And then he's there. The female's right there. And then the other male, his no-legged ass is somewhere back here. And then my little Corridora is sitting here just eating off the bottom.
Oh, I didn't know you got more red claws.
Yeah. 2 goldfish. And sadly, the other one is dead up on my dresser right now. But the other one, I got her for free. I spent $6 on all 3 of these guys. And she literally only had 1 leg and 1 claw.
This one had no legs.
He has 1 leg and 1 claw.
Oh, you got him for free?
Yeah, I got her for free, and I'm going to use her to kind of do a live later after this. I'm actually going to use my other phone so I can get real good in depth with you guys to show you, you know, the anatomy of the crab. I'm not going to take her apart, but I'm going to pull down her flap, show you the gills, show you the fanning method that they use for the eggs. She doesn't have any eggs, and I'm going to show you the amount of eggs that this female in this tank actually has on her. It's a lot more than what you think. Are whose legs growing back? I don't know, I haven't got a hold of that one yet to see. I'm actually looking at it now. It's right here. This is clawless right there. No claws.
I want a crab now.
Who the hell's Peg Leg? You talking about Unlucky? What the? I am hands-free right now. My phone is spazzing. Nope, I do not have control of my phone still. Hi.
Bubby, you need some clothes washed?
No. My dad just texted me. DT8DTDYOTB69 something. I don't know. I lost my net. My little handmade net, so I'm just going to try to reach in here and grab Clawless and we'll get a look at her. Oh, Dad's watching the live right now. That's funny.
Oh, that's sweet.
You were not clawless. This is clawless. Get your ass back over this way. I just chased out my female from out of nowhere. And here we go. I have her. I have the bubble stone. God damn it. She juked me, guys. There she is. I'm going to grab you. It's happening. Come here, dude. Come here with your little... You can't hurt me, dude. You're clawless. Okay, so we have clawless, who... yes, the claws are actually growing back. I just messed my tank all to hell. So, let me just hold it in my hand, and I'm going to show you Unlucky really quickly, which is right here. Let's go ahead, and that's fish food, by the way. So here she is, and one of the ghost shrimp that I dried out on accident. But here's what I'm talking about. Are they still here? Yeah, see? Look. They're little nubs. Alright, you know what, guys? If I'm going to go this in depth really quickly, I'm just going to go ahead and change phones. I'll be live right in a second. So I'll be right back, guys.